demonstrators not quite ready to go home just yet.
That's right. There is a large crowd outside of the State House even as we speak. Kristina Rex has been following this group. She's live in Boston with us now. And Kristina, at one point, these people started to pray. Is that right?
They did, David. They prayed and they sang. That was probably about half an hour ago now. Just want to show you what's happening right now outside the State House. Still a couple hundred people here. And to be clear, these people, many of them, are still protesting from that protest that started in the Franklin Park area at 5 o'clock. So we're going on 6 hours now. If you look over to the right here, you can see through the gates of the State House, Boston police, there were some National Guardsmen. Yep, I still see them there. Guarding the State House at this point. Early on, protesters were calling to them to take a knee. They did not take a knee, and that kind of calling to the officers stopped after a while and turned into chants and praying. And there was a moment, probably about 10 minutes ago, just a really strange moment. You know, most of the night has looked exactly like what you see right now, but about 10 minutes ago, the National Guard truck and what looked like a police cruiser, because we saw the blue lights, started to drive up Beacon Street, and the entire crowd walked towards them, pushing them back, and we saw the National Guard vehicle actually in reverse on Beacon Street, backing up as most of this crowd walked towards it. That's the moment when we then heard fireworks for the first time behind the crowd, seemingly set off by one person. I believe we have some video of that, so I just want to show you that quickly right now. No, okay, we don't have that video. Sorry about that. Anyway, there were two little instances of fireworks being set off, but both seemed to be by one person, while the crowd was actually on a separate section of Beacon Street. One person set off the fireworks, kind of turned everybody's attention around, brought them back over here, and there were people yelling, "Stay peaceful, stay peaceful, stay peaceful, don't let this get out of hand." So I believe it's a video from earlier, if possible. This started in the Franklin Park area. There was a rally that started at 5 o'clock. And then that group, thousands of people at Blue Hill Ave and Franklin Park Road, did what they called a die-in for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That's the amount of time that George Floyd was on the ground with the officer's knee on his neck. Then they marched about 2 miles and held a rally. Thousands of people at that rally. There was praying, there was singing, there was chanting. And then after that, the organizers, a group called Violence in Boston in partnership with Black Lives Matter, said, "Everybody go home peacefully. Go home peacefully. We don't want this to continue from this point." A lot of the group went home. Some had a brief confrontation with officers as officers tried to drive into the area to clear out the protest and get protesters to go home. Some of the protesters tried to block a cruiser in that moment, but it really didn't last very long. And then hundreds of those protesters actually continued all the way to Boston Police Headquarters, then to here at the State House. So if we could go live now to where we are now at the State House, this has been going on since probably we got here about 9:30. That's kind of when this group got here. Beacon Street shut down, no traffic able to get on this street right now. And again, other than that kind of strange back and forth with that one National Guard vehicle a little while ago and that one set off of fireworks, it's been a largely peaceful night going on for about 6 hours now at this point. I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, Kristina, out of curiosity, when those fireworks went off, did that seem to re-energize the crowd? Because it seemed for just a moment right before that happened that this crowd was ready to disperse.
Yes and no. So at that moment, a lot of people actually left. But also at that moment, other people got really frustrated and they were like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop it. Keep this peaceful. Keep this peaceful." So it certainly frustrated a lot of the people who have been out here for a long time to have that kind of one spark, literally and figuratively. And then when it stopped, and we haven't really seen anything from that little firework encounter since then. We're just back to what was going on before then for the last couple of hours.
All right, Kristina Rex, thank you. We know you will be there, standing by and watching what's happening. It's interesting when we look at this image, this wide image. Most of the police officers still behind the fencing there.